Yeah, that's a head shake. That's a redfish head shake.
Oh yeah, big boil down there too.
That's a head shake. Little red dog right there.
I love how they just give you that shoulder, man.
Dude, they dig. They're so powerful.
Like fighting a bulldog.
It's just the best. The tug is the drug.
Tug is the drug, baby.
Tug is the drug. Fishing, buddy.
Let's do it, Mike.
You ready?
I'm pumped, man. Let's do it.
Me too. I'm pumped.
Weather's nice, tide's right, wind's right, moon's right. Hopefully the fishing's right.
Oh, it will be.
Let's do it.
It will be. So today I am back in Crystal River, Florida, the plantation on Crystal River, one of my regular favorite places to hang out. Kind of a new twist today. Getting to fish with a new guy that is just, him and I really kind of just got to know one another here the last year or so. And I've been kind of watching him grow into his guide business here in Citrus County. And he's just been doing a great job. So I'm super excited. Today I'm going to fish with Captain Dallas King. And needless to say, he's a little excited about it as well. And that should make it all the more interesting and all the more fun, because he's super fired up to take me out here and put me on some fish. So I'm really looking forward to see what today brings us. Hey gang, today I am back, as you know, at one of my very favorite places, the plantation on Crystal River here in Crystal River, Florida. It's in Citrus County here in Florida, the West Coast. And getting to fish with this guy today, super excited. Captain Dallas King is taking me fishing. I don't know that we could have drawn it up any better as far as weather. We got a beautiful day, light winds, we got a moon, so we got big tides. What's the plan?
Well, we're gonna run out and try and get on some trout first, see if we can pick those up on the big moon we have. And then hopefully go on the inside on that big tide that you talked about, and see if we can't get on some reds and snook, and just see what God gives us for today, man. It's gonna be great.
Make a Crystal River day out of it. Cannot wait. You know, one of my favorite things to do is to throw artificials. It's really kind of how I cut my teeth in this industry, and I love it when I'm talking to guys. Hey, we're coming to film, we're gonna do some fishing together, and right away they're like, hey, you know, I think we can catch some really nice trout throwing artificials. To me, that's just about as good as it gets. So Dallas had mentioned we're on a full moon. Tide was going to be low in the morning. He had some trout out in 5, 6, 7 foot of water that have really been cooperating lately, and we could catch them on mirror lure Little John's, one of my favorite baits to throw. So I was really enjoying the way this day was starting to come together. With redfish and snook later in the afternoon when the tide came up, we could get back in the back and catch those fish in the trees. This was setting up to be just my kind of day of fishing. What you got, Cap?
Decent trout.
There he is. That's a pretty fish. Good size to him, great color.
Yeah, you know, with customers, this right here is just one of those perfect trout. Look at that. Told you yesterday they were spitting up shrimp. He's spitting up shrimp, man. That's why that color on that mirror lure is doing so good.
Attaboy. Start that morning out right. You know, this is a really special place. When we have some of it in my home waters back in Tampa, St. Pete as well, but you know, a lot of times you go to places and almost all the guides, especially out of certain places, you know, if they were out of the plantation or maybe Sea Hag up in Steenhatchee or wherever it may be, sometimes there can be a little edge to them, you know, a little competition where they're not working together very well. This is a really special group here at the plantation on Crystal River. They've really created a family atmosphere for one another. When you're in the group, they're a tight-knit group, you know, they share information, they help one another on a daily basis to make sure that all of the clients get on fish. And it's really refreshing to see that, you know, they've kind of put their egos aside and really went to work running their businesses as a team. There's much more strength in numbers in the fishing business, and you know, on any given day, it could be your day to maybe you break down, maybe you're struggling, you zig when you should have zagged, and you're not on good fish. It's nice to be able to have a group of guys you can kind of count on.
All these boats aren't on them. Ooh, that one felt good. Has that long 16th ounce fall there.
I guess so. You're whooping me, there's no doubt.
That's a good one right there, Mike. That's a good trout.
That
Nice.
is, wow, look at that thing. Yeah.
I told you, they're mixed in. We have to kind of call through some.
That one's a dandy though.
Nice.
That's a good fish there, buddy.
That's the one we wanted, Mike.
That's the one right there, big money.
Nice fish.
Really good.
That was initial drop. I didn't even twitch it. Just let it fall all the way to the bottom.
That slow fall, that 16th ounce jig head. Fooled the big one. Nice work. You know, spending the day on the water with Dallas was really interesting. There's just no doubt in my mind that his customers, his clients just love fishing with him because he's got one-liners and he's joking and jabbing the whole time. And I know he was nervous about the day, but and obviously that's probably his, you know, mechanism for dealing with his nerves, but it works perfectly for a fishing guide. You know, if you miss a fish, he's giving you a jab, picking on you a little bit. If he misses a fish, he picks on himself. Just a really good-hearted, hard-working kid who has come up, you know, taken his time in this business and really kind of put together something special for himself. He's got great clientele, fishes, you know, well over 200 days a year, hard, and it really shows. His passion really comes through, and his humor on the water is really, really enjoyable. He's a fun guy to spend the day with. Feels like a good one. Yeah, because it is a good one.
There we go, baby. Nice fish.
Felt heavy. I'm telling you, they're not super long, but they're super thick. The back is just really, really fat and wide on them. They got a little belly on them. They've been eating good.
Oh yeah.
D-hooker, right?
Yes, sir.
That's just a great looking speckled trout. Love to see them healthy like that. Be gone, serpent creature. Hey, attaboy, Cap. Nice work,
Good
buddy.
stuff, man.
You're pretty good at this, Dallas. You ever think about doing it for a living?
You know, I did. Ever since I was a kid, I told that teaching lady all I need to know how to do is drive a boat, and look at me now. I'm going to send her an email, tell her I'm going to be on TV.
That's right. Send it to her. There you go. We kind of got lucky. We had supposed to have pretty much an east wind, which was going to kind of keep some of that water from coming up, and it was probably going to be a while we could get in the backcountry, but that wind switched and came out of the south a lot earlier than what they were calling for, and what that did on that incoming tide was it pushed a whole bunch of extra water into the backcountry, and that meant we could start to work our way back to the redfish schools and the snook schools a little bit earlier, and things were really, really, really starting to come together. Attaboy. What you got, dog?
I think it's a nice red.
Come out of them mullet up there, huh?
Yeah. Kind of played the tide, let that thing bounce back naturally, just on the tide.
I think that's one really big key to fishing, you know, the west coast of Florida is learning to play that tide with your presentation of your baits, even with live bait, you know, or artificial. Getting that bait to travel with the tide. Those fish sit with their nose in the tide, and having that bait travel to them creates a great opportunity for them. I think you pick up a few extra bites a day if you make sure you're presenting them right. Attaboy. Oh yeah, come here.
Not used to being at the end of this here.
I know, I'm working with you, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
That's service.
Trout for breakfast, redfish for lunch.
That's it, baby.
I like it.
That's a healthy one there.
That is a nice fish. Really nice fish. Pretty.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, hey. Thanks for showing me how it's done, buddy.
That's it, man.
That boy, Cap. Swam off. That boy.
Man, that was good stuff,
That was
Mike.
nice job, nice job. It was mullet right on that point, and the way you let that bait drift right in there was perfect.
You find the mullet, man, you find the fish.
That's the way it works.
That's it.
Nicely done, dog.
Let's get another.
I want one. You know, it just never gets old to me fishing in an estuary that's this healthy. You know, the hard bottom, you know, the amount of grass, just miles and miles and miles of grass create this filter that, you know, the water's almost always really, really clean here unless, you know, we've got a lot of storms or a lot of rain runoff. It's so much fun to fish it. It really is. You know, when you get inside and you're looking for schools of redfish, you're looking for snook on the edges of these islands, you can really, really see well into the water because of the clarity. There's always bait here, there's always mullet here. Just really, really a incredible place to come and fish. If you love the saltwater inshore environment as much as I do, it's pretty special.
You got a good one, Mike.
Big snook.
Big snook?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Nice fish too. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby.
That Bull Bay rod is doing work.
Yes, sir. Come to me, baby, come to me. The scream of that pen drag, baby, is a beaut.
Oh, that 25 got us. That's all right, they're there.
Fishing this edge, we were pulling into this area and I saw a big snook blow up a bait. I don't know if he ate a mullet or what he ate, but I knew that along this edge, especially the way the water was pouring in, if we could make the right cast with one of those mud minnows and get it to drift along that shoreline, we were probably gonna get bit. And the bad part about it was I could feel my mud minnow kind of get nervous. I knew he was gonna get thumped, and when he got thumped, man, he got thumped, and I was really worried that that snook had kind of inhaled that bait, and with that sandpaper mouth on him, I was just hoping and praying that the leader would hold up through the battle. Another really good fish. Yeah, this one's having a little more trouble getting out of the water. Swim to me, that a girl, come on. Come to me. Maybe not as big. Not a bad fish though. Never met one,
nice.
never met one I didn't like.
I'm telling you. Look at that beauty right there, Mike.
Not quite as big as that one I lost, I don't think. That's where I needed to hook the other one right in the corner of the mouth. Oh boy, that is so much fun. You can feel that mud minnow getting squirrely, boy.
Hey, look at that lat line a little broken there. It's regular on the other side.
Big,
That's
again,
a beauty.
Just like the trout though, thick through the back. It's been eating real good, thick all the way down the tail. Super healthy fish, beautiful.
These are one of my favorites here, man.
I get it.
I love it.
Nice work, my friend.
Good job, buddy, good job.
You know, as we were kind of approaching these barrier islands looking for some redfish schools, I was really enjoying the way Dallas was being really patient. He was taking his time. You know, we were seeing schools of mullet. Finally, we had picked up a school of redfish, and they were a little skittish. They were kind of staying just off a little ways. He didn't get nervous, didn't get anxious. You know, a lot of times you can make a move that'll push those fish right off that island. And Dallas just power poled down, kind of let those redfish and mullet kind of get in there and get comfortable and commingle. And as soon as he did that, that's when we started to get our bites. Oh yeah.
Nice. Might have a little red there.
I might.
Oh, there's some drag.
Yeah, that's a head shake. That's a redfish head shake.
Oh yeah, big boil down there too.
That's a head shake. Little red dog right there.
I love how they just give you that shoulder, man.
Dude, they dig. They're so powerful.
Like fighting a bulldog.
It's just the best. I love it. Snook jump, but I'm a redfish fan.
That's a
Through
nice
and through.
one.
Not a bad fish. Beautiful.
Take that any day, Mike.
My good friend Ben Alderman, Charleston, South Carolina. The tug is the drug.
Tug is the drug, baby.
Tug is the drug. The first time he said it, I went, that is so accurate. Mud minnows be working good today.
Yes, sir.
I got you some slack. I think he ate it pretty good. Nice. Oh, right in the corner.
Fish.
Attaboy. Circle hook doing his job. I like that.
Get a nice, healthy,
want
safe
no-
release
yep.
on this guy. That's another nice fish, Mike.
Attaboy.
I'll take that any day, buddy.
Some cookie cutters, about the same size as yours, maybe a little smaller than yours.
Yeah, thanks for the credit there. I needed
got
that
you.
today.
I got you. I'm here for you. That's what friends do. Nice job, Cap.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey gang, this week's Real Animals tackle box, really some simple gear we had today. Dallas and I were working kind of the same gear all day. This is the Real Animals Signature Series. It's our new, the rods we came out with in our ice blue color here, but it's the same as the Signature Series has always been. This is the 15-pound class, 7 foot 2 inches, got a fast tip on it, good backbone, great trout, redfish, and snook rod. Really did some great work for us today. Penn Battle DX 3000, 10-pound vicious braid, 25-pound vicious fluorocarbon leader. Great little setup. This was really the key to our victory today on the trout, was the Mirror Lure Little John. Now, 16th ounce jig head's really, really hard for me to fish it. You can kind of tell I was having some problems with that particular weight. I went to an 1/8 ounce just to help me a little bit. If you fish super fast, sometimes that extra weight can kind of help you when you're in 6 to 7 foot of water. Dallas was being really patient, and you get a great slow drop with a 16th ounce jig head, and that was working really, really well for Dallas today. So 16th ounce red jig head, this was the key. Mirror Lure Little John, watermelon red glitter. The trout were actually regurgitating little shrimp up when we were getting them to the boat, so we knew we had kind of the right color on. This watermelon red glitter, if you lay it down next to shrimp on your boat or on a dock or on a deck somewhere and look at them, really, really a close resemblance, and that's what they were feeding on. And that bite was solid today. When those big trout were hitting these little johns, they were crushing them. So this was really a great setup for the trout bite today. All I did when we switched gears and went to snook and red fishing, I went to some of my Real Animal Signature Series, just some of the older ones, some of the original colors, same rod. This is the 15-pound class rod, just a great, great rod for what we were doing. Again, good solid backbone, quality tip, Battle DX 3000, 10-pound braid. We did step up the fluorocarbon leader on the snook and the redfish just because of that rough mouth on the snook. We went to a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader there, also vicious, and a 2/0 Nautilus Light circle hook. Fishing with mud minnows was really the bite today. We had pinfish, had some shrimp, but the mud minnows were absolutely getting it done today. So this is all the gear you need. Again, super light tackle, super fun, rods bent, drag screaming, good stuff. This is all the stuff you need to do exactly what Dallas and I did today. Get yourself hooked up and get out there and catch some fish. Get him out of there. Attaboy.
I catch my own fish. I do all my own stunts.
Good,
Goober.
good
Yeah,
looking
get
redfish.
it.
Pinfish, huh?
Nope,
No?
nope.
Mud minnow?
Yep.
That's been the live bait of the day.
I always keep 2 dozen in my boat.
I get it. Great bait.
It's a good one.
That's a good fish.
Look at this blue tail on him.
Been eating some Krabby Patties.
Look at that.
That's a pretty one. You guys got a lot of slot fish around right now, huh?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good fish.
That's one heck of a day, my friend.
Man, trout,
redfish,
snook,
and trout.
reds.
Let's just do a little slam out of the plantation on Crystal River, shall we?
That's it, baby.
Captain Dallas King getting her done.
That's what we like to do every day, man.
Well, I think you should keep doing it because you're pretty good at it.
Oh, Mike.
Give you
too kind.
Warm fuzzies.
Some warm fuzzies, man. I didn't know I had feelings like that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you do, buddy.
That's a healthy fish.
Glad you were able to take me fishing today.
Me too,
That's a
man.
good
Thanks for
time.
coming along.
You bet, buddy. Woo! That was a great morning fishing, kid. Well done.
Thank you, buddy.
Nice. Woo! You know, a really enjoyable day getting to spend some time with Captain Dallas and you know, one of my favorite places. You know, the plantation on Crystal River is just, it's a special place. You guys have heard me say it a million times, and I've always said, and you know, until they just lock me out of here, I'm gonna keep coming back because this estuary is special. You just come in here, catch, you know, snook, redfish, and trout, get yourself an inshore slam, you know, 5-6 hours of fishing and you're off the water. It's pretty special. And, you know, there's just not that many fisheries like it in the country where you can come and do so many different things, you know. So just another really, really great Real Animals adventure here, Citrus County, plantation on Crystal River, Florida. The hospitality, the smiles, the people you meet and see here are incredible. And I can't wait to come back and do another one.